and co-host Little E.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Unqualified Results presented by Street Talk TV. And you are here with me, Baby K, the wife coach, and joining me is my husband,
Lil E. Thank y'all for tuning in.
where we don't have the answers, we just have the results. All right, so y'all back today for another reaction, and we are reacting to the Angel Reese podcast where she had Sexy Red on there.
I know y'all seen that.
Right.
So you ever think you're gonna get married?
I would get married, but I feel like that's fake.
What? Why?
It ain't real.
Why?
Cause it's not. You think marriage is real?
I'm gonna get married.
I mean, you can sign a piece of paper and they're gonna cheat. Don't do them. That's how I feel.
That's why you find a good man. Good man. He's a good man.
I think all cheat.
That's not true.
That's true.
Why you say that?
Because they do. Even if I'm not dating them, I know they just be cheating.
No,
And
I
be
know men
shocked.
that be cheating too.
That's why I ain't got no hope for.
All right, so y'all just watched that clip, right? And what I took from that is two different women giving two different perspectives, obviously. So what I took from that, Sexy Red, she can say with no equivocations that all men cheat, because most likely she be sleeping with other women's men. She's it's Sexy Red.
No man has ever turned her down.
And women that shares her thought process most likely practice the same thing. So of course she will say that. And Angel Reese, then you have the other woman who would like to combat that and say, oh no, that's not all men. You just haven't met the right one. That's cute until it happens to her. And then she'll be on the Sexy Red side saying all men are dogs, all men cheat. Because
yes, that's what she's going to say.
Because the man that she actually fell in love with gave her all, because apparently that's all it takes for a woman to switch on the side of a Sexy Red. To
That's
have
it.
that mentality. So that's what I took from that conversation. And for the most part, that's why I can't even really be in these kind of conversations in real life with women, because most women don't understand the game. So that's why you will hear some women speak like Angel Reese, and you will hear some women speak like Sexy Red. It's like two total ends of the pole. And there's no middle ground. And the middle ground is understanding the game. And the game is a man is going to be a man. Men are as faithful as their options. So if another woman opens her legs for him, chances are he might exercise that.
He going to exercise that.
And for a woman, okay? That's why women need provision and protection. The provision is for your box, okay? Because we see what it looks like when we have control over our choices. We do what we want to do with that down there. And then you see chaos taking place. So, when you don't understand the game, you can become a Sexy Red, or you can have a mind like Angel Reese. But they're both going to end up becoming the same woman at the end. And that's a Sexy Red, because neither one of them understand the game.
Mm-hmm.
And they think that they're playing, but not to win.
They ain't playing to win. That's crazy. I agree, wife coach. Let's get into the next clip. Y'all check this out.
Like, damn, you cheat? Oh, these.
You can't put the stereotype on one man and then everybody cheat.
All the I know cheat.
The ones that you know, it's that you don't know.
Well, I ain't met one yet.
All right, y'all just saw that clip. We're going to see what my husband has to say about it.
Look, I'm going to just say, shout out to Angel Reese and Sexy Red, okay, live and direct. I don't have no beefs, obviously, or problems with neither one of them. I like both of those women. But to the topic, that I think both of them crazy at the same time. Okay, both of them a little off with their situation, because to me it's like, is Sexy Red actually the messenger for this?
Well, good question.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Sexy seemed like she's a wild girl, a outside girl. A city girl. They was calling them.
She outside. She
the outside girls, the city girls. You know what I mean? So Sexy seems like she's that type of girl. And me and the wife coach don't know her personally. But the way obviously she comes off from the media, and her interviews, her personality, it seems like that she's kind of free, she's outside, stuff like that. So I want to say this to Sexy and all the other girls, and personally that kind of think like her, that how y'all think the men feel on the men's side. If you can say that you think all men cheat, and it get kind of wicked in those ways like that, well, we kind of thinking the same way about you, Sexy. Okay, at the same time, wife coach, you hear me? Okay, because and look, I want to know what y'all think about it too, man. Let me know, because I don't want to be the only one. I'm just saying that. To me, it looked like we can't really trust you either, too, Sexy. And in the way that you present yourself to the world, especially with your smell goods, and
lip gloss.
The lip gloss stuff, yeah, all that type of stuff, and it's got some wild names to it. But regardless, just how you are anyway, it just seemed like you really can't be trusted on with like a faithful level either.
Well, women that talk like that have no leg to stand on.
Yeah,
so
you really, it seemed like you don't really have a leg to stand on. You might not be the messenger for this type of conversation, because the men gonna look at this a certain way, and we hear what you saying, and I even agree. Like, I agree with the wife coach, because I don't think you ever been in a situation that any man's turns you down. Especially your box, that type of stuff. So. And then we already know it's out in the media. Okay, so you ain't never had a man turn you down like most women. Okay, men not gonna turn down women that open their legs to them most of the time. Okay, Sexy. Okay, so that's what it be a lot of times. And we also think that you might not be as faithful as you might talk about how men is big cheaters. And once again, we probably feel the same way about you, man. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, or you, if you think, or if you agree. You feel me? Wife coach, what you guys say?
When we say most men cheat, okay, that woman is saying that, right, she done seen the other side, because she has opened her legs for other women's men. And by default, if you over 21 and you out here sexually active, you sleeping with somebody else's man. The numbers are the numbers. So that's why we keep saying this.
Or you have before.
Right. I don't have any face to what I'm saying. This is general. Numbers don't lie, okay? You're either taken or you're not. And when single people are outside, that's the community of the sexual play. So, for a Sexy Red to say that, of course she will say that. And then the women like Angel Reese, those are the type of women that is being passive aggressive. Mm-hmm. If I'm using the right word, because she knows the truth too.
I think she do.
But because it haven't happened to her with the man she gave her all to, she's still optimistic. But she even know she has slept with somebody else's man. So
I think a lot of these girls they say the same thing Angel Reese say as far as it's not all men and you just gotta find your person and everything else. And I think a lot of the girls feel the same way because a lot of these other podcasts and what we hear out here in this media world, it just seems like it obviously it's never all of anything, but that's like some of their favorite go tos to say, and it's you can't say that about all men, and some men might actually agree that right, you can't say that about obviously all men, but in general, for the most part, that's why y'all saying what y'all saying because even Angel Reese, you too, no man has ever turned you down. I want y'all to tap in the comments and let me know also if you think that's true or not. That has any man ever turned Angel Reese down as far as sexually? Let's ask ourselves. No.
That you would marry?
Huh? That I would marry?
Would you marry this man?
No, because we cheaters.
If he was to show you, like, I ain't finna cheat on you,
I wouldn't believe it.
you lame as hell.
We can get married. We can have a ceremony. We can sign up for that day. But guess what?
You finna
It's
cheat.
just a ceremony. You still gonna probably cheat.
You just gotta believe and have hope and have faith. Faith. It's good men out here.
I don't have faith. You said what you telling me.
It's good men.
Have you ever been cheated on?
Never.
How you know?
That's the point, ladies. So, back to this monogamy thing. We're going to keep preaching it. We're going to keep presenting it until people start to actually start shifting their mind to ask real logical questions.
And talk real with your partners.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. Yes. It's about you and your partner. You and your person, whatever you want to call it. Okay? You and your mate. It don't matter. That's what it's all about. Keeping it real and keeping it straight up with them. Do they know who you really are?
Period.
Okay?
No.
On both sides of the table. Because, like I said, sexy, the men, I don't think we really trusting you on a certain level either as far as being faithful and thinking you're not going to obviously sleep with another man or have other men. If any man I think that's trying to take you seriously, I would advise him don't ever think that she won't have another man at some point in time. Okay, don't get played, bro.
Okay, let's start with us, ladies. If we want honesty, we're gonna have to really start being honest with ourselves. Okay, and it starts there.
Monogamy is fake. Y'all relationships is fake. A lot of y'all, and I don't even care about saying it. Okay, so
if you don't practice brutal honesty in your relationship, unfortunately, it is fake. All right, so thank y'all for tuning in to Unqualified Results, where we don't have the answers, we just have the results. And don't forget, and like we always say, but is it for you or for him? Bye.
Look, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, peace.